Are you looking for an athletic scholarship? You're in the right place. This is the Recruit Me Athletic Scholarship Podcast, the longest-running podcast on recruiting and athletic scholarships. We're here to help your family navigate the recruiting road all the way to an athletic scholarship. He's a recruiting expert and a dad of a D1 athlete and a high school athlete pursuing a scholarship. With a wealth of experience to share, here's Recruit Me CEO Brent Hanks.
In the last 2 weeks, I've received numerous calls, texts, and emails from parents of juniors in high school asking, "What do we do?" You can tell that they feel the clock is ticking. The gas gauge needle is getting close to low. Find out a little bit more about that in episode 234. If your student athlete is a junior or senior and hasn't started their recruiting process, or has started and has not received any correspondence from college coaches, then you might be feeling a little pressure, a little anxiety. So if you, the student athlete, and the family is wondering the same thing, wondering what do we do, let's cover some of those things now. Things to do now that high school games are being played in most areas of the U.S. and the world. Track meets, baseball games, soccer matches, tennis matches, golf matches, and even some normal fall sports like softball games and football games are being played this spring. Let's find out ways to take advantage of this season and the rest of the high school year. Let's get prepared for summer and find ways to get exposure to colleges that are looking for players and students that will fit their rosters. I'm recording and editing this podcast on Sunday morning in my hotel room in Evanston, Illinois. My wife puts in her earphones and listens to her favorite podcast so she doesn't have to listen to me over and over again. Parker and Northwestern are hosting Indiana in a Big Ten series. Indiana beat us 2 out of 3 games. All the games were close. We got to take Parker out to eat and visit with him. We are driving home on Monday. Also, Sutton, our younger son, is home with my parents. He took his first ACT test on Saturday. We are awaiting the results. Sutton has games Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We will head to all those games before we head on the road again to Iowa for Parker's games next weekend. Let's get to the subject of this episode. One of the things I tell parents and student athletes if they are juniors and seniors is that they are still good on getting a college coach's attention, but you have to step it up, and you have to step it up now. Because of the COVID shutdown on games and recruiting over the last year, many families stopped or never started going through the steps that lead to getting attention from college coaches. If you're in this position, first go to recruit-me.com and download the free Recruiting Power Pack. You can listen to episode 222 to learn more about the Recruiting Power Pack. It will walk you through many of the first steps in the recruiting process. Hopefully around June 1st, the NCAA will lift the dead period. A dead period is an NCAA-mandated period of time where college coaches may not have face-to-face contact with college-bound student athletes or parents, and may not watch student athletes compete or visit their high schools. But coaches may write and telephone student athletes or parents during the dead period. Listen to episode 218 for many NCAA and recruiting term definitions. Other levels other than the Division I level haven't held the dead period and have been able to visit or work with student athletes and go to their games. Here are specific items you need to do, and you need to do them fast, and you need to do them now to get on track and reduce your recruiting stress. Now, there will still be recruiting stress because the junior and senior year are normally stressful anyway. If you haven't had many or any college contacts, you're going to feel stress. Your junior and senior years bring athletic performance stress, academic stress, boyfriend-girlfriend stress, standardized testing stress, and well, you get the picture. The student athlete has to get a list of colleges. Take time to make a list of school parameters. Parameters like school size, location, competitive level or levels, for example. Make a list of 25 to 50 schools by doing research on schools that fit those parameters. If you have had a list and have been emailing those schools, you need to adjust some of those parameters and add or replace some of the schools. As we were engaged in Parker's recruitment, Parker had parameters for his school list. He wanted a school 0 to 5 hours from home, one that had upper-level academic standards, any NCAA level, Division I, Division II, or Division III, and he wanted a chance to go watch other sports on campus and be a college fan. As he worked through his junior high school season and the summer season, some schools fell off his list by his choice and some by the college's choice. When an opportunity arose to play in a showcase just south of Chicago in Joliet, Illinois, He adjusted his parameters and sent emails to colleges 6 to 9 hours away. Iowa, Illinois, Northern Illinois, and Northwestern were some of the new targets. As it worked out, Northwestern responded to his email and contacted him and the showcase coaches. Listen to episode 215 for more on Parker's journey. Now you have to write an introductory email to send to those new schools on your list, or adjust your introductory email to match the new schools on your list. Also, a junior and senior needs to make a list of subjects to send updates to schools. A list like test scores, academic awards, athletic feats, athletic awards, anything to give an update to a coach. These updates are one small paragraph updates throughout the junior and senior years. Another step is to create or update your player profile. A player profile is a cleanly organized resume to help you stand out from all the other recruits. The player profile is an attention getter and can make the difference from all the hundreds of emails coaches get. Listen to episodes 91 and 222 for more information on the player profile. Now that you have your student list made or updated, and you have your introductory emails ready and individualized, and you have your player profile formatted and ready, then you need to send an email inviting college coaches to come and see you play. Always send the emails to the head coach, the assistant coach, the position coach, and the recruiting coordinator if they have one. Again, send an invitation to come to your high school games. Ask your high school coaches for permission to give the college coaches their contact phone number and email. Include in your email that the college coaches can feel free to contact your high school coach if they have any questions about you or game times or locations. This takes some work, but remember, this is go time. Have the high school, a parent, or a brother or sister get some action video of you playing. If you cannot get game video, then you can make a skills or position video to send them. In the past, we didn't suggest using phone cameras, but today's phone cameras are high quality and easy to edit. So now you have your school list, your introductory emails, your achievement update emails, game invitation emails, videos, player profile, and game achievement updates to send. Why do you need to do all this? Well, you want to have top-of-mind awareness. In the advertising or marketing world, that means you want the customer, or in this case the coaches, to think of you when they are looking for a center, a goalie, a middle infielder, or a pole vaulter. You want to show your interest and your eagerness to that coach and that school. Remember, coaches are busy. Coaches cannot see everyone they want to, so by you contacting them, that puts you in a good position. Email is not the only way to get your information to a college coach. Phone calls, texting, or social media like Twitter are ways to speak directly to a coach. You have to be ready and willing to talk to a coach. Have a plan by having questions for the coach about their school and their program. Listen to episodes 241 and 242 on more about talking to college coaches. All of these steps are important now, during your high school spring season, and need to be duplicated and carried over for your summer and club seasons. Emailing updates, schedules, and club coaches' information is a major step to getting a college coach's attention. Also, the college coaches will have a little more time, since their own seasons may not be in session and in the summer. And the summer is a more normal recruiting period. So if you're asking, what do we do? The answer is take action. Use these tips to get the ball rolling. Go back and listen to as many of these podcasts as you can listen to. Listen as you drive, walk, or mow the yard. You can pick up great nuggets of information to help you get attention from and eventually get a scholarship from a college that fits you and your parameters. In this episode, I quickly ran through many tips to get you going now and this summer in your junior and senior year to get attention quickly. Here is some advice from the Recruit Me families that comes straight from the Recruit Me 3.0 athletic scholarship system. Here are two pieces of advice, one on maintaining contact and the other covering all the bases. Here is advice from Donald. Donald said this about maintaining contact. You showed us how to present our sons to prospective college coaches. The key to making the program work is for you to follow the most important rule of this system, which is keep in contact with coaches. Sending out updates is crucial. Michael said this about covering all the bases. The main benefit for us was that we were fully prepared with Michael's recruiting necessities all in one place, including the eligibility, center registration, the player packet with the profile, the cover letter, and videos. The tips and important background information on recruiting and eligibility rules we learned were also priceless. Thank you to Michael and Donald for those pieces of advice. The Recruit Me 3.0 Athletic Scholarship System has this advice section and many, many more helpful sections like the 10 myths about athletic scholarships, the 6 steps to an athletic scholarship, how and when to use video, choosing the right camps and showcases, registering with the NCAA Eligibility Center, and much, much more. You can get the whole system by using our end-of-school special for only $99. Go to recruit-me.com/system to get started today. Again, go to recruit-me.com/system and click on Get Access. In an interview on the Athletic Scholarship Podcast, Coach Barry Henson, a 40-year high school and college basketball coach, tells recruits and parents how important it is to get help guiding them through the recruiting process.
You have to make sure that you have somebody that is helping you through the process, whether it be your high school coach, someone in AAU, a counselor that understands or that's been in Division I athletics, or people like you that are providing a podcast to where they can learn these things in order to help their sons and daughters later on.
Go to recruit-me.com/podcast or find the Athletic Scholarship Podcast on your favorite podcast app and subscribe to get 15 minutes of valuable recruiting education weekly. A new episode is there to help you navigate the recruiting journey every Tuesday. So subscribe now. Thank you for listening, and join me next week as I highlight an interview that I did on the Burger Bite podcast, hosted by Rance Burger. Here is a preview of that Burger Bites podcast.
It's Mr. Burger. That's all about it should be famous. Stop, cut the beat off.
Burger.
We have talked a great deal about college sports recruiting on past episodes of Burger Bites. What about athletes for whom recruiting is in the present or the future tense? It turns out I had a recruiting resource in the same city where I live, Ozark, Missouri. I've actually known Brent Hanks for several years.
First of all, what are the things you tell people you can do for them when they're checking out recruitme.com?
Well, we can try to take away some of the fear and anxiety and not knowing when and where and how to start the recruiting process, and then hopefully save them some time and some money through the recruiting process. You can find Rance's show at Anchor FM/GRBL or by searching Burger Bites Podcast wherever you get your podcast. See you next week on the Athletic Scholarship Podcast.